noticed how some people are incredible at seeing the big picture? Others can build anything they touch, and some can spot the tiniest details that make everything run smoother. None of these people are better than the others. They're simply wired differently, like three essential gears in the same engine. And once you know which one you are, you stop forcing yourself to work against your wiring and start building with the flow. By the end of this video, you're going to know which builder type you naturally are and how you can use that to your advantage, and how to bring the other two energies into your work without changing who you are. For me, I'm what you would call an integrator. If someone hands me a clear vision, I can connect the dots, map the steps, and I can make it happen. But if you ask me to start from a blank page, I'll stare at it forever. And attention to detail, let's just say I have editors for a reason. So instead of trying to become someone that I'm not, I started leaning into what I'm great at and surrounding myself with the right people and tools to fill in the gaps. And that's how Dream to Done was built, one strength at a time, not all of them at once. If you're ready to learn how to work with your natural strengths instead of against them, drop the words road trip ready into the comments and I'll send you a link to join my Dream to Done community for your free 7-day trial, where we're going to help you identify your type, balance the other two, and build a business that moves with your natural flow. First type is a visionary, which is the navigator. Visionaries are the idea people, the map makers who see that big picture and they know where they want to go before anyone else does. They're driven by possibility and fueled by inspiration. They think in color, not checklists. They dream in strategy, not spreadsheets. Without them, the rest of us wouldn't even know what direction we're heading in. You can think of them like helicopter pilots flying above the landscape. From that view, they can see the terrain, the valleys, and the shortcuts that no one on the ground can notice. They can also spot storms or obstacles before the team feels them. But seeing it isn't the same as landing it. That's where the rest of the crew comes in. In business, visionaries are often the founders or the creative leads. They see where the company could go, what the next opportunity looks like, and how things could connect in new ways. But even the best helicopter pilot needs people on the ground checking the wind and keeping them informed. Their vision sets a direction, but it's teamwork that brings the idea safely to the landing zone. The integrator, maybe the driver. Integrators are the bridge between ideas and action. They're the ones who take that big picture plan and make it work in real life. When someone says, here's where we're headed, the integrator figures out the route, the fuel stops, and what needs to get done first. If the visionary is flying the helicopter, the integrator would be the one on the ground guiding the landing. They read the coordinates, they check the wind, and they keep the communication open so that the team knows exactly where to move next. They like seeing those ideas turn into something tangible and get real satisfaction from crossing things off of that list. In business, integrators are the operations people, the managers, the project leads, or the problem solvers who make sure everything runs smoothly. They can turn a creative vision into a plan that actually works day to day. They're the ones who take an idea like, let's launch this new product, and turn it into a timeline, a checklist, a plan that keeps everyone accountable. Their biggest challenge: they get so caught up in the tasks that they forget to check in with the bigger goal. But without them, those big ideas never actually land, and the business never lifts off the ground. And then there's the specialist or the mechanic. Specialists are the masters of craft, the ones who fine-tune, optimize, and make sure every moving part runs smoothly. They notice the small things that others miss, and they make the difference between good enough and great. If the visionary is in the helicopter and the integrator is guiding the landing, it's the specialist is the one that keeps that machine running. They're the mechanics, the engineers, the hands-on builders who make sure that every switch, lever, and bolt works exactly as it should. Because without them, nothing is going to stay on the air for long. In business, specialists are your editors, your designers, your coders, or your customer service pros. The people that make sure the experience lives up to the promise. They take that plan and they bring it to life with precision. They're not just checking boxes, they're crafting the quality that builds the trust and keeps customers coming back. Their biggest challenge? They get so caught up in the details that they forget to celebrate progress or share their wins. But without them, the whole operation rattles apart. They're the reason things run smoothly and the standard stays high. So which one sounds most like you so far? Are you the navigator, the driver, or the mechanic? Drop that in the comments. There is no wrong answer. We need all three to keep this journey moving. Quick side note, if you've ever wanted to build an online income that fits your natural strengths, check the link in the description. You'll find a free guide to help you train ChatGPT to sound like you, plus a free 7-day trial inside Dream to Done. Now you need to know how to work with your strengths. Each type has its own genius. The visionary strength is seeing what's next and pointing the team towards it. The integrator strength is turning that plan into action, and the specialist strength is making sure that final result works, looks good, and holds up over time. Each person keeps that business running. The visionary starts new ideas, the integrator organizes how to make them happen, and the specialist handles the details that make customers happy. Think of it like a small business. The visionary spots an opportunity, the integrator builds the plan, and the specialist gets it out the door at a level that everyone's proud of. It's exactly how Dream to Done came together for me. I needed mentors and tools like ChatGPT to help me with that big picture vision, because that's not my natural zone. I can connect the dots, but sometimes I need someone or something to help me see that bigger picture clearly. And when it comes to things like B-roll for my content, I hate doing it. So I delegate it to someone who loves it and is great at it. That's what teamwork and business are really about. Knowing your lane, staying in it, and trusting others to do what they do best. Different roles, same goal. When one does their job well, the others can do theirs better. It's not about hierarchy, it's about working together so the business keeps moving forward. Now you can shift gears without changing who you are. You might start as one type, but that doesn't mean that you're stuck there. In the beginning, you usually have to wear all the hats: marketing, planning, customer service, even editing your own videos. But the longer you work, the clearer it becomes where your strengths actually are. That awareness helps you figure out your priorities when it's time to look for help or bring people on board. Over time, you pick up new habits, you learn from others, and you add skills that round you out. A visionary can learn to build structure without losing creativity. An integrator can learn to slow down, focus, and keep sight of that bigger picture. And a specialist can start dreaming bigger and trust that not every detail needs to be perfect to move forward. It's not about changing who you are, it's about growing. In business, that might mean taking a class, using tools that make weak spots easier to manage, or partnering with someone whose strengths balance yours. The goal isn't to do it all, it's to understand what you're best at so you can focus your time there and find support for the rest. You have to know yourself, then you can build support around you. Once I realized I was an integrator, I stopped feeling guilty for not being the visionary. I accepted that my strength is connecting pieces, not coming up with every idea from scratch. So instead of wasting time trying to be something I'm not, I started getting help where it mattered. I worked with mentors who could help me think bigger, and I used AI tools to push my creativity when I got stuck. I also hired editors to handle the details I tend to overlook. That shift gave me more progress in a few months than years of trying to do everything myself. I stopped chasing perfection, and I started focusing on what I do best. That's where things started clicking. What about you? Where are you getting stuck? And who or what could help you get to that next level a little faster? Maybe I can help you figure it out. Sometimes all it takes is an outside perspective to see what's holding you back or what support could make the biggest difference. Here's a practical way to start applying this. First, figure out your type. Are you a navigator, driver, or mechanic? Knowing this helps you understand how you naturally work. Next, pick one strength that you want to lean into more. Maybe you're great at planning, creating, or problem solving. Double down on that. Then identify one area that drains you or slows you down. That's your first place to get help. Whether that means you're outsourcing, you're automating, or you're using a tool to make it easier. And build a small support circle. Maybe this is your AI tools, a coach, or someone who loves the parts that you avoid. That right mix of help will keep things moving and free you up to focus on what matters first. At first, you're probably going to wear every hat because that's how most of us start. But once you know your strengths, you can set your priorities and hand things off with confidence. Growth isn't about doing it all. It's about putting your energy where it makes the biggest difference and letting support systems do the rest. If time and money weren't an issue, what do you think the first task you would hand off tomorrow? Drop it below. It might help someone else realize what's weighing them down. Now, the goal isn't to master all three. It's to find the balance that fits your season and your goals. Sometimes you're going to be in the driver's seat pushing projects forward. Other times you'll step back and you'll look at the map like a navigator, and every now and then you'll have to pull over, pop the hood, and fix what's not working. In business, that looks like knowing when to take the lead, when to plan, and when to just get your hands dirty. It's not about control, it's about timing and trust. Freedom isn't running every part yourself, it's knowing when to shift roles and let others handle their part while you focus on what only you can do. And if you're ready to start building your business around your strengths instead of fighting against them, hit that link in the description. You're going to get a free guide and access to Dream to Done trial so you can start figuring out your type, find the tools that fit your workflow, and connect with people who could fill the gaps that you don't love doing yourself. Because real freedom doesn't come from mastering everything. It comes from knowing yourself and building your journey around that truth. So whether you're the navigator, the driver, or the mechanic, your lane matters, your gifts matter, and the road ahead is wide open. Keep driving forward, and I'll see you on the keep driving forward, and I'll see you on the next leg of the journey. I can't wait to meet you inside the community.